and welcome to another reading video with Miss Meadows. I am so excited to be reading with you today, and the great news is we are starting a brand new module today, which is so awesome. And we are going to be talking a little bit this module about stories and what stories can teach us. So I'm going to talk about this anchor chart in just a second, but before I do that, I want to give you an opportunity to watch a little Get Curious video. So I'm going to go away for a second, and I will be right back to talk about this anchor chart with you, but enjoy this video, and I will see you soon.
Once upon a time, there was a little mouse who was a great writer. One summer's day, while taking a walk through the forest, he felt a tickle in his nose. Achoo! There must be achoo! A cat around, and I'm allergic to cats.
Hello, Mouse.
Lion!
The one and only.
Please let me go. Achoo! There's still so much I haven't seen, so much I haven't done.
What could a tiny mouse like you want to see or do?
Well, I'm writing... achoo! I'm writing a book.
A book?
Yes, original literature. Bedtime stories, to be exact. But I haven't finished yet. Let me go, and one day, when they are done, I will read them to you.
A mouse who is an author. I wonder if your stories would amuse me. If you promise to read to me when they are done, you can go.
Oh, thank you, Lion. I promise. Achoo! Mouse was glad to get back to writing his book. He worked every day and every night on his stories, and through the winter and into spring. The end. At last, I finished it. 1,001 squeaks. My masterpiece. Mouse was overjoyed, but then he remembered his promise to Lion. Oh, I promised I would read to Lion. But is it safe? I've got it. I can read to him through this. That way I can entertain him with my stories from a safe distance.
Mouse, thank goodness, it's you. Help me.
I could chew through the ropes, but what if you catch me again?
I won't. Please, trust me. Remember, I let you go, and now you can return the favor.
I will trust you. Lion is free and jumps for joy.
Yay! Thank you, Mouse. Oh, is that your book?
Yes, I was just coming to read to you. A promise is a promise.
Really? That's so sweet. Mouse, I think we just might become good friends.
And they did. What lessons do you think these characters learned?
I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope it made you a little bit extra curious about what we're going to be talking about this module. So like you saw, we're going to be talking about what stories teach us. And we've got this little chart here that's going to kind of walk through that with us. So in the middle, it says what stories teach us, and then it branches out in a sort of web to tell us what stories teach us. So stories teach us lessons to learn, and lessons can be like be kind, don't give up, or share are all lessons we can learn from stories. Stories also teach us different kinds of literature. Here I see the word folk tales. We've spent a lot of time talking about folk tales, like old folk tales and fables and traditional tales. But we also learn about modern stories, and modern stories mean new stories that came out recently, as opposed to folk tales that came out a really long time ago. Stories also teach us about storytelling, and the purpose of storytelling and why we tell stories is to amuse, to entertain, and to open up our imagination. So we tell stories so that we can have fun, be entertained, learn, and also be imaginative. So we are going to be talking about the different things that stories teach us. We've got some vocabulary to practice today. Our first word is literature. Say literature. Very good. Literature is a noun or a person, place, or thing word. Stories, plays, and poems are all different kinds of literature. So Russell here is reading literature out loud to practice reading. So any book that you read, any play, poem, story, any book that we read is literature. So we engage in literature every single day in school. The next word is entertain. Say entertain. Very good. Entertain is a verb or an action word. When you want to entertain people, you act, sing, or dance. So these children are entertaining people by acting and maybe doing a little bit of singing and dancing. That's how you amuse or entertain people. And that leads us to our next word, which is amuse. Can you say amuse? Amuse is a verb or an action word. If you amuse people, you make them smile or laugh. So the students amuse the audience with their funny costumes. So to amuse a friend, you might tell a joke, make them laugh. That would be something that would amuse them. Very good. We are moving right along to our anchor chart today, which is one of my favorites. It's text features. So authors choose text and graphic features to help explain ideas or help readers locate information. So they either make words really crazy and graphic like this or big like this so that you can either explain an idea better or be able to locate information. I know a lot of you have been working hard on this when you've been making clips to add big words onto your screen, and that helps us to know what we are learning about and identify what is happening, what you were talking about in your video. So here it says bold text is darker. This is an example of bold text. See how these words are darker than this word right here? That's bold text. It's darker than the rest of the text around it. It tells the reader that those words are important. So when I look at this little square right here, I see bold text, darker, important are all the words that are bold, and those show me what that is talking about. It highlights important information for us. This says diagrams are pictures with labels. So a lot of times I will have you make a poster and you have to label the pictures that you draw. That would be an example of a diagram. So here we've got a picture of a house and it's labeled roof, window, door. So it's a picture that is labeled is a diagram. Very good. Text can be in different colors. The colors can either mean something or just be for fun. So the colors could either be kind of like that bold text to highlight important words, or you could just add colors for fun to entertain or amuse your readers. And then this says text can be in different sizes. Bigger text usually means more important than smaller text. That's because our eyes go right to the bigger text instead of to the smaller text, which means we wouldn't want something really important to be in small text that a reader might miss. All right, so you do not need your My Books today. You just need to follow along with me. I'm going to tuck myself up there a little bit. We are going to be doing a really short read today that has a fun activity after for you to complete. This short read today is called Follow the Story Path, and it asks us the question, what are the parts of a story? We're going to follow the path to find out. So this arrow points for us to start here at this word that says, can anyone read it for me? Anyone out there, can you read it? It says characters. Characters are the people or animals in a story. So when we first start the story, we need to be introduced to the characters. Who are we going to be reading about today? So here I see in this, it looks like a cow and maybe like a goat in this story. Then we follow the path. I'm going to follow along this path and boop, I hit another one. What does this word say? Setting. Very good. Can anyone tell me what setting is? Can you tell me that in your microphone? Very good. The setting is where and when the story happens. So here, can you describe a word to describe this setting here? What do you see about this setting? Looks like they might be outside. Yeah, it looks like they are trying to cross over water. Like there's a little area of land and then water and another area of land, and they've maybe created a bridge out of a log to get across it. So let's continue on. Let's follow the story path. And now, bonk, we've hit another word. What does this word say? Who can read it to me? Beginning. Very good. So our beginning of the story says the events in the beginning tell what the problem is. The problem is what goes wrong. So look here, what does it look like the problem is in this? Yeah, some really good ideas. Looks like they're both trying to cross the bridge, but what happened? What was their problem? They bumped into each other and they can't get around each other. So now the cow can't cross and the goat can't cross. So let's see, let's keep following along our story path. Go up here to bonk. What's that word say? Middle. Very good. So we've got beginning, middle. The events in the middle tell how the characters try to solve the problem. So it looks like our characters here are trying different ways to get across. Looks like this goat is coming all the way across and getting across, and then maybe the cow is starting to go across. So let's see what happens. Follow till we hit the end. The events at the end tell the resolution or how the problem is solved. So it looks like when they took turns and they let the goat go across and then the cow go across, they both got to the other side of the bridge. Now it is saying, now follow the path again. Tell your own version of the story of the two goats. Oh, maybe it was two goats the whole time and not a cow. Silly Miss Meadows, but doesn't it look like with those white or the white and then the brown spots, it does kind of look like a cow, right? I'm not crazy. Okay. So it says, tell your own version of the story of the two goats. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to, if you want to, either get out a piece of paper or your composition notebook to retell the story of what happened with the two goats and the beginning and the middle and the end. Or if you'd like to, this could be a great opportunity to get out your iPads, record a video of yourself explaining this story. You can either draw your own pictures to help or you can just explain, but make sure you hit who the characters are, what the setting is, that means where the story takes place, and then what happens in the beginning, middle, and end. And go ahead and make a little video presentation telling your own version of this story and what happens when you follow the story path. I am so happy that I was able to learn with you today. I hope you have fun with this job. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask your teacher and we are happy to help you. Otherwise, I can't wait to see what you create and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, friends.